I turned 35 yesterday, and let me tell you, it was a day I won't forget, but not for the reasons you'd hope. My family, mom, dad, my younger brother Jake, my sister Lila, and even Uncle Ray decided to take a secret trip to Mexico without so much as a heads up. I found out when I was scrolling through Facebook, sipping my morning coffee, and saw Lila's post, a photo of them all grinning on a sunny beach in Cancun, margaritas raised high, with a caption that read, "Family getaway, living the dream." No mention of me, no invite, nothing. I just stared at the screen, my coffee going cold, thinking, are you serious right now? I called Jake, figuring he'd at least give me a straight answer. He picked up, and I could hear waves and laughter in the background. I asked, point blank, why they left me out. He just chuckled, like it was the funniest thing, and said, "Come on, Ethan, nobody cares about your birthday. Get a grip." I swallowed hard, managed a week, thanks for the clarity, man, and hung up. My hands were shaking, not gonna lie. I wanted to chuck my phone across the room, but instead, I just slammed my fist on the counter, hard enough to rattle the dishes. I've always been the odd man out in my family. Jake's the charming one, always got a story to tell. Lila's the drama queen, stirring up something every week. Me? I'm the guy they call when the Wi-Fi craps out or the car won't start. I'm used to it, mostly. But this was a gut punch. I texted the family group chat, something like, "Nice trip. Thanks for the invite." No response. Not even a read receipt. I tried calling mom voicemail. Dad is same. Lila didn't even pick up. I sat there, feeling like some stranger who stumbled into the wrong family. Here's the thing, my family's not the warm and fuzzy type. We don't do big hugs or say, "I love you" much. But even for us, this was cold. I spent the rest of my birthday alone, ordered some pizza, and kept refreshing their social media like an idiot, hoping for a late apology or even a lame excuse. Nothing. Just more photos of them living it up, tacos, sunsets, the works. I muted their accounts and tried to shake it off, but it stung. It wasn't just about missing a trip. It was the way they did it, like I didn't even cross their minds. Jake's always had it out for me, ever since we were kids. He's 2 years younger, but he's the golden boy. Mom laughs off his screw-ups, dad just shrugs. If I step out of line, though, I get the cold shoulder for a week. There's this family joke that I'm the boring one, because I don't make waves. I thought I was past letting it get to me, but this was next level. They didn't just forget my birthday, they planned a whole vacation to make sure I wasn't part of it. And Jake laughing like it was a prank? That's what made it personal. I'm not the type to hold grudges, but I'm done playing the good son who just takes it. They lean on me for everything, fixing their tech, booking their flights, even handling their stupid online bills. I know all their passwords, all their accounts. I'm the one who keeps their lives running smooth. Well, not anymore. I'm not saying I'm gonna burn bridges, but I'm not lifting a finger next time they come crawling back. Let's see how they like it when the boring ones stop showing up. I'll keep you posted if things get crazier, but for now, I'm just trying to keep my cool and not punch a hole in my wall. It's been a couple of weeks since my 35th birthday disaster, and I'm still reeling from my family's Mexico stunt. I decided to go quiet, no texts, no calls, no nothing. I muted their social media, left the family group chat on unread, and just focused on me. I hit the gym, grabbed beers with some buddies, even started binge-watching a new show to keep my mind off it. I figured they'd notice I was gone, maybe shoot me a message when they got back from Cancun. You know, act like nothing happened, like they always do. But nope. Radio silence for 2 solid weeks. Not a single word from mom, dad, Jake, Lila, or even Uncle Ray. It's like I vanished, and they didn't even blink. Then, out of the blue, Jake texts me. I'm at work, sneaking a quick break, and my phone buzzes. It's just one line, no greeting, no context. "Yo, Ethan, can you fix the internet at mom's?" I almost laughed. No apology. No, "Hey, sorry we ditched you on your birthday." Just straight to business, like I'm their personal IT guy. I didn't reply. 5 minutes later, he calls. I let it ring out, watching the screen light up with his name. He texts again, more annoyed now. "Dude, mom's losing it over the Wi-Fi. Just fix it remotely, or whatever you do." I set my phone down, took a deep breath, and went back to work. No way I'm jumping to their rescue. Later that day, mom texts me, all polite like she's writing a formal email. "Hello, Ethan. Hope you're doing well. The internet is down. Could you please help?" I left her on read. Dad chimes in with a single emoji, a frowning face. Classic dad, saying nothing but expecting everything. Over the next few days, the group chat starts buzzing again, but it's all demands. "Ethan, the router's acting up. Can you check Dad's email? He's locked out." The smart thermostat's stuck again. Not one mention of Mexico, not one sorry. Just me, the guy they call when their tech breaks. Here's the deal. This is how it's always been. Jake screws up. Mom and dad look the other way. Lila plays along, and I'm left cleaning up the mess. I'm the one who set up their Wi-Fi, linked their accounts, even programmed the smart locks on their vacation rental, a little beach condo they rent out on VRBO. They're not tech-savvy, so I handle the bookings, the guest messages, the whole deal. It's on my accounts, my email, my everything. And they just expect me to keep it running while they sip margaritas and pretend I don't exist. I stopped answering. I muted the chat completely. For the first time, I didn't feel bad about it. They want to treat me like a hired hand? Fine. Let's see how they handle things without me. A week passes, and Lila starts texting, all passive-aggressive. Ethan, why are you being so distant? Mom's stressed out. It's not a big deal. Then Jake jumps in, saying I'd be more included if I wasn't so uptight. I blocked him right then and there. I know the internet's down because I set up their system. I could fix it in 10 minutes, but I'm not touching it. Then I get a call from Dad about the rental. He leaves a voicemail, sounding flustered. Ethan, the guests can't get into the condo. The lock's not working. Can you sort it out? I check my email, and sure enough, there's a VRBO alert. Guests are complaining, saying they're stuck outside. I could reset the lock in seconds, but I just delete the email. Let them figure it out. I know it's harsh, but after they left me out like that, I'm not feeling charitable. I ordered some wings, cracked a beer, and let their problems pile up. If they want to play family without me, they can play tech support too. I'll update you if this gets any wilder, but right now, I'm just done being their doormat. It's been about a month since my family ditched me for their Mexico trip on my 35th birthday, and things are getting messier by the day. I've kept my distance. No replies, no fixes, no playing the family tech guy. I thought they'd eventually sort out their own problems, but from the looks of it, they're sinking fast. The group chat's been lighting up with increasingly desperate messages, and I'm getting calls from numbers I don't even recognize. I'm just sitting back, watching it all unfold, and I won't lie, it feels kind of good to not be the one cleaning up their mess for once. Last week, I got an email from VRBO about the beach condo my parents rent out. The listing's in trouble. Guests are leaving bad reviews, saying they couldn't get in because the smart lock's busted. I know why. I set up that lock, and it's tied to my account. Without my admin access, they're locked out, literally. I could fix it in a heartbeat, but I'm not lifting a finger. Then Mom called, leaving a voicemail that sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Ethan, the rental's a disaster. Guests are furious. Please, we need your help. I saved the voicemail but didn't call back. I'm not heartless, but after they left me out like I was nothing, I'm not in a rush to play hero. Jake's been the worst, as usual. He showed up at my apartment unannounced, banging on the door like he's auditioning for a cop show. I opened it just enough to see his red face. He was fuming, yelling about how I'm screwing over the whole family. He said Mom's stressed, Dad's not talking, and Lila's a wreck. I just leaned against the doorframe and said, maybe you should have thought of that before you laughed off my birthday. He got in my face, shoving my shoulder, and I shoved him back, telling him to get lost. He tried to push past me, but I slammed the door shut. I heard him cussing and kicking the wall as he stormed off. Neighbor texted me later, asking if I was okay. I just said it was family drama and left it at that. Lila's been texting nonstop, trying to guilt-trip me. Her messages are all over the place. Ethan, you're breaking Mom's heart. This isn't fair to her. Then, in the next breath, she's saying I'm overreacting and need to stop being so dramatic. I blocked her too. Even Uncle Ray got involved, sending me a long text about how family sticks together and I'm letting everyone down. I didn't reply. The thing is, they're not sorry. Not one of them has said, hey, we messed up by leaving you out. It's just demands and blame, like I'm the bad guy for not jumping when they snap their fingers. The rental situation's getting worse. I saw another VRBO notification, more guests complaining, saying they had to find a hotel because no one answered their messages. Apparently, the neighbors are starting to talk, saying the condo's becoming a problem. My parents rely on that rental for extra cash, especially since Dad's been out of work for a bit. I know they're panicking, but they made their bed. Jake texted again, saying, you're gonna cost us everything, man. Just fix the lock. I deleted it. He's always been like this, pushing me around, knowing Mom and Dad will back him up. But this time, I'm not budging. I'm not saying I'm proud of letting their world burn, but I'm done being the guy they only notice when they need something. I've been carrying their weight for years, fixing their tech, managing their accounts, keeping their lives together. And what do I get? A big fat nothing on my birthday and a laugh from Jake like I'm a joke. I'm starting to think this is bigger than just a trip. It's about them thinking they can walk all over me, and I'll just take it. Well, not anymore. I'll let you know how this plays out, but something tells me they're not going to learn their lesson without a fight. It's been 6 weeks since my family pulled their Mexico stunt on my 35th birthday, and the fallout's hitting them hard. I've stuck to my guns. No replies, no tech support, no bailing them out. The group chat's a war zone of desperate messages, and my phone's buzzing with calls from Mom, Dad, Jake, Lila, and even Uncle Ray. I'm not answering. I've blocked most of their numbers, but they keep finding ways to get through, like using random phones or emailing me from new accounts. It's like they're finally realizing I'm not their personal fix-it guy anymore, and they're freaking out. The VRBO rental's in shambles. I got another email saying the listing's on the verge of being suspended. Too many guest complaints, too many no-shows from my parents' end. The smart lock's still down, and since it's tied to my account, they can't do a thing without me. Guests are leaving one-star reviews, saying they were stranded outside the condo with no response. One even mentioned calling the cops, thinking they got scammed. My parents are losing bookings left and right, and I know that place was their financial lifeline. Dad's been out of work, and Mom's pension doesn't cover much. I could reset the lock in a minute, but I won't. Not after they made it clear I'm not part of their family. Jake's been relentless. He showed up at my place again, this time at night, hammering on my door like a maniac. I opened it, ready for a fight. He was all wild-eyed, yelling that I'm destroying everything. He said Mom's blood pressure's through the roof, Dad's barely speaking, and Lila's having meltdowns. He tried to push past me, saying I need to stop this nonsense and fix the rental. I held my ground, told him, "You made your choice in Cancun. Deal with it." He swung his fist at the doorframe, missed, and stumbled. I slammed the door and locked it. He stood outside, shouting for a good 10 minutes before my neighbor called to check on me. I just said it was nothing and turned up my TV. Lila switched tactics, sending long, emotional texts about how I'm tearing the family apart. She says Mom cries every day, and Dad's talking about selling the condo to cover debts. She even brought up how I'm punishing innocent guests who just wanted a vacation. I almost replied, but then Jake texted from a new number, saying I'm pathetic for holding a grudge. That sealed it. I blocked them both again. Even Uncle Ray's piling on, leaving voicemails about how I'm being selfish and family comes first. I delete them without listening to the end. None of them get it. They're not sorry for ditching me. They're just mad I'm not fixing their mess. The neighbors near the condo are gossiping now. I got a text from an old family friend, Mrs. Carter, who lives nearby. She said the place looks abandoned, with trash piling up and guests wandering around confused. She asked if I could talk some sense into my parents. I told her I'm staying out of it. The truth is, I'm done caring. Jake's always been the king of getting away with crap. Mom and Dad let him slide because he's loud and charming. Lila just follows his lead, and I'm left holding the bag. But this time, they're feeling what it's like when I'm not there to save the day. I'm not going to pretend I'm loving this. Part of me feels like a jerk, knowing how bad it's getting for them. But then I remember Jake's laugh when I asked why they left me out, and Mom's silence, and Lila's stupid margarita photo. They chose this. I'm just letting them live with it. The rental's probably toast, and their summer income's gone. I know they'll try something else to get me back. Jake's too stubborn to quit, and Mom's too good at guilt trips. But I'm holding firm. I'll let you know what happens next, but I'm betting they're going to double down before they figure out I'm not their doormat anymore. It's been 2 months since my family ditched me for their Mexico getaway on my 35th birthday, and the chaos is hitting a fever pitch. My phone's a battlefield. Missed calls, voicemails, texts from Mom, Dad, Jake, Lila, even Uncle Ray. They're using burner numbers now, since I've blocked their main ones. The group chat's a mess of pleas and accusations, but I'm done engaging. I've let their VRBO rental crash and burn, and it's costing them big. I know it's harsh, but after they laughed off my existence, I'm not feeling generous. This isn't just about a trip anymore. It's about years of being the guy they only call when something breaks. The rental's officially suspended. VRBO sent an email saying the account's deactivated due to consistent guest complaints and unresolved issues. Guests have been leaving brutal reviews, locked out, no communication, trash piling up outside. One couple said they slept in their car. The neighbors are fed up, and word's spreading in their small beach town. My parents are hemorrhaging money. That condo was their safety net. I could unlock the smart lock and reactivate the account in minutes, but I won't. I set up their whole system, locks, Wi-Fi, bookings, and they took it for granted. Now they're learning what happens when I'm not their tech slave. Jake showed up at my apartment again, this time with Lila in tow. I heard them arguing outside before they even knocked. I opened the door, and Jake started yelling right away, saying I'm ruining their lives, and Mom's health is tanking. Lila was crying, begging me to fix the rental, saying Dad's talking about bankruptcy. I crossed my arms and said, "You didn't care about me in Cancun. Why should I care now?" Jake lunged at me, but Lila pulled him back. I told them to leave, or I'd call the cops. Jake spat on my doorstep as they left. My neighbor texted, asking if I needed backup. I said I was fine, but I was shaking. Mom's voicemails are getting harder to ignore. Her latest one was quiet, almost broken. "Ethan, we're losing everything. I don't know why you're doing this, but please call me." I saved it, but didn't respond. Lila's texts are relentless, saying I'm punishing Mom for Jake's mistakes. Even Uncle Ray's piling on, calling me ungrateful for not helping. Nobody's apologized. They just want their problems fixed. Jake sent a text from a new number. "You're a selfish jerk. Fix this, or I'll make sure everyone knows it." I blocked him again. He's always been about control, ever since we were kids. He'd break stuff just to see if I'd react. I never did, and it drove him nuts. This time, he's not getting his way. I'm starting to hear from others, family friends, distant cousins, saying my parents are devastated. The condo's a local scandal now, with neighbors complaining to the city. I know my family's humiliated, but they brought this on themselves. I'm not proud of watching them spiral, but I'm done being their doormat. They're about to learn just how much they relied on me. I'll keep you posted, but something tells me this is going to get uglier before it's over. 3 months in, and my family's desperations hit a new level. The VRBO rental's gone, permanently delisted. My parents are drowning in debt, and the beach condo's a ghost town, with neighbors filing complaints about its condition. My phone's still blowing up, but I've got most of their numbers blocked. They're getting creative, though. Mom emailed me from a new account, Dad left a voicemail from a friend's phone, and Jake even tried messaging me through an old gaming app we used years ago. I'm holding my ground, but it's exhausting. This isn't about revenge anymore. It's about making them see I'm not invisible. Last week, the whole family showed up at my apartment. Mom, Dad, Jake, Lila, and Uncle Ray. I was grilling burgers on my balcony when I heard them at the door, knocking like they were serving a warrant. I opened it, and Mom started crying immediately, saying they're falling apart, and I'm their only hope. Jake cut in, shouting that I've gone too far and need to fix the rental account now. Lila was quieter, just staring at me like I'm a stranger. Dad stood there, looking defeated, and Uncle Ray kept muttering about family duty. I let them talk, then said, "You made it clear I'm not family. You don't get to change the rules now." Jake lost it, calling me every name in the book and saying I'm destroying Mom's health. I told him, "You laughed when I asked why you ditched me. You don't get to play victim." Mom tried to hug me, but I stepped back. That hurt her. I could tell, but I wasn't ready for it. Dad finally spoke, his voice low. "Ethan, we messed up. But you're killing us." It was the closest to an apology I'd heard, but it wasn't enough. I said, "You chose this. Figure it out." Jake tried to barge in, but I pushed him out and locked the door. They stayed outside for an hour, yelling, crying, begging. I turned up my music and finished my burger. The next day, Lila sent a long email, admitting they screwed up by leaving me out. She said the trip was Jake's idea, and Mom and Dad just went along because it was easier. She begged me to at least talk to Mom, saying she's on new meds for stress. I didn't reply, but I kept the email. Jake's been spreading lies, telling family friends I'm having a mental breakdown. I heard from Mrs. Carter, the neighbor, that the condo's been vandalized, broken windows, graffiti. The city's threatening fines. My parents are in deep, and I know they're blaming me. But I didn't break their windows or lock their guests out. They did that by treating me like a nobody. I'm starting to feel the weight of this. I don't want Mom to get sick, but I can't go back to being their errand boy. They need to understand what they did. Jake's not going to stop pushing, and Mom's guilt trips are hitting harder. I'm bracing for whatever they try next, but I'm not backing down. I'll let you know how it shakes out. It's been 4 months since my birthday, and things have finally shifted. The family's chaos has settled into a kind of uneasy quiet, and I've made peace with my choice. The VRBO rental's gone for good. My parents had to sell the condo at a loss to cover debts and fines. The neighbor's complaints turned into a lawsuit from a guest who got injured trying to break in. My family's name is mud in their beach town, and they're not talking to me, but I'm okay with that. I didn't fix their mess, and for the first time, I feel free. After the big confrontation, Mom reached out one last time. She left a voicemail, her voice steady but tired. "Ethan, I'm sorry. We should have invited you. I didn't realize how much we hurt you. It was the apology I'd been waiting for, but it came too late." I texted her back, keeping it short. "Thanks for saying it. I need space." She hasn't contacted me since. Lila's been quiet too, respecting my boundaries for once. Jake, predictably, hasn't let up. He sent a final text from a new number. "You win, jerk. Hope you're happy." I didn't respond. He's still telling people I'm the bad guy, but I don't care. Let him spin his story. Dad's been a surprise. A month ago, he showed up alone at my place, no warning. I let him in, and we sat on my couch, just the two of us. He looked older, worn out. He said he was wrong to go along with Jake's plan and should have stood up for me. He didn't ask me to fix anything, just said he missed me. We talked for an hour about nothing, really, just old fishing trips and dumb jokes. It wasn't a big Hollywood moment, but it was something. I told him I'm not ready to jump back into family stuff, and he nodded. He's called a couple times since, just to check in. I answer, but I keep it light. I've been rebuilding my life without them. I joined a local hiking group, started taking coding classes to maybe switch careers. My buddies have been great, dragging me to games and cookouts. I don't check the family's social media anymore, and I've changed all the passwords they used to rely on me for. The condo's gone, their tech's their problem, and I'm not their safety net. Mrs. Carter texted me recently, saying Mom and Dad moved to a smaller place inland. She said they're getting by. I hope they are, but it's not my job to make sure. Looking back, I don't regret standing my ground. Jake's always going to be Jake, but Mom's apology and Dad's visit showed me some things can change, even if it's slow. I'm not saying I'll never see them again, but it'll be on my terms. For now, I'm living for me, not for a family that forgot I existed. If you're wondering if there's a neat bow on this, there isn't. Life's messy, and so's family. But I've got the last word, and that's enough.